Hello, testing, 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 testing. Testing, testing, testing. Okay. It looks a bit like we're online. All right. I had the most crazy night. One of those. I have little kids, and I had one of those nights where sometimes it's a bit like you feel like your house is haunted. You feel like something, like other forces are at play. So while beginning a new job tomorrow, I was already nervous. Going to bed relatively okay, like 11 p.m. That was okay, and so everything made a lot of sense, or maybe even earlier, I think. And and then you go to bed, and then you wake up like abruptly because something's happening, and my wife, God bless her, is banging the radiator, the heater, because apparently the room was really hot. So I woke up to a fan blowing in the room, like across the room, like rotating, and I felt a bit of a sore throat at that point. I also felt the heat was kind of hot. She's like, "We're going to kill everybody. The baby is going to die," because the heat was too much, right? So she's like almost sleeping while she's trying to fix the radiator. I'm like, I'm confused, and I'm like, this. Sometimes when you're as half asleep, time is feels very relative. So I felt like the banging had gone on for hours. Like I'm trying to, should I get up? Should I help her with whatever's going on? Should I try to fall back to sleep? I need my sleep. After all, I mean, I have important stuff to do in Baldur's Gate in the morning. Okay, so that happens, and then at some point we fall back to sleep, and then I wake up, and I think it's like 3 a.m. At this point, I haven't felt like I've been sleeping. Everything feels relative in terms of time, and I end up waking up to the extreme sound of snoring. I'm snoring a lot when I sleep, but my wife is too. So that's a thing that we both do. That's fine. And like I wake up and I can't sleep, and suddenly I'm like, everything is, oh my goodness, I need to sleep. So what I end up doing is I end up taking my bed linen and going to another room and sleeping there because I need sleep because of the job and whatnot. So I need to sleep. It's very important. And we have a baby that also wakes up and needs feeding, and everything is always chaotic when you have a baby. So I end up sleeping. I think I'm just guessing like 3 hours, and then the big girl wakes up and she's like, she comes to my bed and she crawls in and tucks in and stuff, and then she's like there for maybe 1 minute. Dad, I want to go downstairs. Right? Let's go. The day begins, And all of the time while this is going on, while everything is chaotic during the night, I'm trying to get to sleep, I just have the theme of the Raphael fight inside of my skull. Like it's just like this, oh, mortal eyes, just going on and on and on. And I just get that. I just have that sound in my brain. It's been one of the most crazy nights. Like, you're worried about something, you wake up because everything is, effed up. You don't really get your sleep, and you're haunted by the sound of a demon from a devil from Avernus. I cannot is non-advisable. Today the plan is to go a little further. The plan was to go and fight originally, because I have not been mentally ready for anything. I slept a couple of hours in the morning, and now I'm just trying to get a little bit done on my game here before the gaming day basically ends, right? Because the kids come home and everything is not possible any longer. So the plan was to go against Orin, who I feel very good about, given the fact that I did beat her on my last Wyll run. I feel like it's a bit down to a bit of RNG in the beginning of the fight, but I feel good about it. I'm just going to pop in the live screen here. So and so the plan was to deal with Orin, and I feel good about her. I feel that the RNG of the early stages of the fight with the stunning gaze and what Orin wants to do in her first turn basically is what makes it, what can in theory make it kind of problematic. I think the Marco, let's just see what the name is. I always forget. I just call it Marco, but the Marco Heshkir kind of solves that encounter basically for you. And if you already have illicit powers to guide you, to help you, you can kind of fly around and dodge Orin for that bit. If you combine the Marco Heshkir with summons that Wyll has access to, I think it's your fight to lose, to be fair. I mean, it is. I died first time to Orin on Wyll to the Edict of Baal, because I wasn't actually aware of that mechanic. I mean, I knew there was a mechanic, I just didn't know how to deal with it properly. And this is where Marco Heshkir comes into play, because what you can do with this spell, you can do, of course, whatever you like, but the staff enables a variety of mechanics. And my favorite, I think, for Orin is going to be, let's just see if we can find it. This is the one, deadlier than arsenic. So the Cloud Kill spell basically punishes Orin actually, but it punishes the occultist in such a bad way. So casting the Cloud Kill should net you the kill per turn. Obviously you need to make sure that you get the kill per turn in the beginning, but if you go into that fight and you surprise her, which I think I will, I mean, she is going to lose. The first Edict of Baal is going to not be there, if I remember correctly. I think she loses a turn or something, or Baal loses a turn, whatever it is. The Edict is not going to be there in the first turn, whatever the reason is. But that's pretty important, because then the Cloud Kill can get to do its work. And obviously, you don't want to lose. You don't want to be in a situation where you lose concentration or when something else bad happens. But there are kind of solutions to that, and the summons are of course going to help me with dealing with this whole situation. Before we do anything, I'm just going to put it on immediately, or am I? I'm going to do it so I don't forget. Or do I? No, I'm just going to wait. I just need to be very focused on how to do things. So what I'm doing now is I'm going in here to get the Rupture Blessing from Naoise Nalinto. And the Rupture Blessing is a buff, is a 1d6 to different things. What I don't know is, and this is a very good blessing, obviously, a buff, obviously. It's like the Elith, it's like the Myconid Spores, if I remember correctly. I think it's the same buff, like it has all the same things, I think. And I want to use that for all of the following fights. So like in House of Hope, you get extra unlimited supply of short rest, or long rests rather. And for that reason, I can use whatever resources I want up until the point where I can still do one short rest before the Raphael fight, so that I can pre-buff a couple of things before the fight starts. And then short rest, and then go in that order. But yeah, we'll have to see. I just need to check one thing. The Orphic Hammer. So Orphic Hammer can tend to go missing, which is not very particularly interesting. So make sure that you have this. There have been Reddit posts about the Orphic Hammer just disappearing from people's inventory, either through patches or something else happens, and it's on a character that's sacrificed to Ball, and like it just disappears. So this fight that I'm going to do now is very, very annoying. Like, most people, I think, assume this is just a free win, and it is. Fishjara turns into a Mind Flayer, but the thing is that this particular Mind Flayer has the counterspell, and I cannot stress how annoying that is. It is absolutely horrible. So I think mechanically, and this is also what happened when I did this during the multiplayer stream with Sayuke, Squiz and Ginger, is that she likes to, in the beginning, she likes to fly to the rooftop up here. I think she's programmed to do that, actually. So that means pretty quickly the fight is going to go upstairs. I'm going to take the fight up here. And I'm actually not sure if I want to spend resources trying to haste myself and whatnot. The problem is the second that I use a long rest resource, that's a problem already. So generally it is, I am in big dislike of this stuff. I do have my water elemental that can help me out. So it is something along those lines. It is going to be a very annoying fight, but hopefully not a very dangerous one. I don't want to lose many hit points. Is the point of all this chit chat here. So I am going to equip the Ring of Truthfulness, which you get from a Mind Flayer in Rivington by the abandoned windmill. Either you help him with a quest inside of the windmill, or you kill him and you loot the ring. This is important because the advantage on the inside is the passive check that you need to do to get the buff is an insight check, and the advantage is going to help me. It's also going on wisdom, if I remember correctly. Insight +2, so that works. Like, that's a +2, and then I have advantage, and then I can still buff with guidance. But I am going to go in there, and I don't even know if I could insta-kill her. Probably that would be a little bit dangerous. Hello, Ginger. I'm just doing pre-discussion to this very awful, very ridiculous fight just before getting the buff for Rapture. So that is what's going on right now. Oh, I can jump to. Could I do something here? Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to keep my water elements up here. I have a gut feeling that she's going to jump up there and do shenanigans. Let's hop in and see what we can do about this one. I think it's just a 3-round fight, really. Do I need anything? No. No. Oh wait, one thing though. The Fiendish Resilience. Using this requires a short rest, because I could add psychic resistance to the Fiendish Resilience, and yeah, I'm probably making this a bigger deal out of this than needs to be made out of this. Let's go and see what happened. Right, so we are just triggering the fight, and I won initiative, but she is going to counterspell me. So what I probably could do is try to prone her. think that is probably the smartest thing. Yeah. Let's see if I can one-shot her. Okay, that was too much worry for nothing. Let us head in.
Hells. I'd heard tales
Right, and
of
she's
mind
very,
flayers.
very much
Talent
in love with the mind flayer here.
justice to its
We just hit
inferior.
one, I
How
think.
can I help?
Yeah, it's just a one mash.
Gaze intensifies.
And now we're getting the insight check,
senses are
which
heightened and
succeeds,
her
which is
fire
very important.
Mind
And at this
flayers
point,
live in their
just
curiosity.
click one,
Why should I? But perhaps there are
and then
others.
she's offering her
Right,
services to
close
me,
your
rapture,
eyes.
and just close your eyes.
You have one word.
And then
You
I
are
think whatever you
more
choose
the
here
head
probably
of-
is
And you
irrelevant. Just remember me. And here is the rapture. 1d6 of bonus. And so the question is if this bonus actually stacks with the Sweetstone features, because if that's the case, that basically means that any saving throw, any kind of check that I need to do is, if it has advantage, it has to be a double one that I roll. If it doesn't have advantage and it still has to be a one. Basically, I should be able to resist everything that happens to me from this time on into the end game here. I just want to check one thing. If I actually gather your allies, Nine Fingers, Floric, Isabel. Avenge the Iron Heads. In order to blow up the foundry, powerful explosives. Yeah, because whatever happens, I need to consider what to do about Gortash, and I actually don't know at this point. But we'll have to see. But I will go back to him after going for Orin. Right now, I just need to get my coterie up and running, get all the buffs. I'm actually a little bit not unsure if I went into the House of Hope to leverage the faucet. And if I didn't do that, probably I should go into the House of Hope to just leverage the faucet, get those volatile shields on everybody. I feel this is perfectly fine. These battles are so insane anyway. So getting the faucet on and just buffing whatever I need. So let me just check if I did that. Let's check what the deal with the devil says. Escape the deal. The Orphan Yoga, we ate it, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, great. Taking this ring off, we don't need more insight. Callous glowing probably at this point. We'll have to think about the coruscation, how much that is going to matter, and then cast a bit of light. We have all other relevant spells currently running. This is always a bit of a shit show. Do we have the spells? Don't we have the spells? Dead shot for critical strike. Knife of the Undermountain King. And then of course the Spellmight gloves, which I'm not going to exclude these. Like, these are potential equipped during any of the fights. So that all kind of depends. Okay, so at this point I am going to use my Deadlier Than Arsenic, enabling the Cloud Kill spell, which is concentration. It's absolutely bonkers. Okay, so let us just quickly check. Find Halsin the Diabolist. So I didn't actually go yet, which might be a good idea. And potentially you can actually go and steal the amulet, which I don't think I'll do for the Orin fight. She does. There are 2 saving throws that you need to be worried about in the Orin fight. Let me just check if I got Slayer Knowledge, right? So you get the Slayer Knowledge from Volo if you saved him, and that's going to give you advantage on the Bale Spawn Slayer ability, which still seems to hit me. I remember it just hits you. You get feared, and that's pretty bad. And the other one, the death head of Ball, the other dangerous high HP, almost 100 HP enemy that you need to deal with, particularly during the first 1 or 2 rounds. If you're unable to kill him very quickly, he also has the unstoppable, so that sucks. Is, if I remember correctly, a wisdom save, where I feel like it seems like both the sweet stone features and the rapture buff seems to be present on the save there. So I mean, and I could even consider actually wearing the cloak of protection, because cloak of displacement obviously is very, very, very good, no doubt, but the saves is just, you don't want to get feared, you don't want to get stunned by the enemies in the beginning. You want control in the Orin fight. And the first 2 rounds, I think, are the rounds that define that fight. Okay, let's head in and talk to the Diabolist. So I'm just going to go and get those buffs real quick. Can you get me into the House of Hope? Warlock Persuasion.
I will grant a discount. A fine.
I need to mull this over. Isn't there a chance to actually...
I will grant a discount.
Yeah, whatever. She's just getting the money. There you go. Yeah, so much money. It's ridiculous. Right. So, heading into the House of Hope just to kill Harleb, just to kill the... I think is, if I remember correctly, free.
I strongly suggest
so.
that you reconsider this course of action.
Alright, so we need to do the ritual here. And we need to read what the order is. Skull on star point near the altar. Altar. Star. That should be in the circle. Oh, fire. And place the coin of Mammon on the next to the right. Bonk. Counting clockwise, skip a point and place the diamond on the next one. On the next one. Is that? Should be over here. No. Put the incense on the point that follows the diamond. And then the infernal marble. Do not seek to correct. Yeah, thank you, Emperor. Okay, so we head in here. And now we're introduced to Hope, and she tells us about a specific order that she wants you to solve the House of Hope in here. Maybe I can help you.
I'm the thing that I am a guttering. I'm not much of a friend.
Let's just find the order real quick.
Hear the jailer. It hears me. Caveat venditor. Big mistake coming here while Raphael holds up a big mistake. Yeah. But yes, Hope can help.
Your contract is here.
Everyone here is mad. I'll make you seem as... Now whisper your questions, little wretch. But really quiet and very clever.
Right.
Concentrate.
I'm very uncertain if this has any bearing on anything, but I'm just going to pop the guidance in.
Remember.
Quiet as a mouse. Where will I find my contract? And yeah, I'm really happy that I sided with Yurgir. Having Yurgir in this fight is just cool. Like, having any extra thing is just great, in my opinion.
I know I do.
Right.
I just need... Can you save me? Please? You don't even know... All right.
Okay, here is the order.
Very,
I'll only say this once. Key. And that is, I think, contract, smash change.
Contract, smash my chains, find the...
Yeah. And the key, I think, is in Harleb, and I don't think that triggers anything.
But don't forget me.
The rattle of chains
right.
echoes louder.
Okay. Right. So I think there's a trick to stealing the amulet from the archives. Oh, find hope. Okay, wait. That was the last. So there's a trick to stealing the smash. I think it's something with putting down. Oh, it's locked. I'm just going to save so the game doesn't fuck me over. But there's a trick to get what I was talking about. Anyway, let's just quickly go this way. I think we need to go to the archive first. Right. And this is a check of some sort, I think, or you need a key. You need a key, but otherwise, I think there's a check, which I'm not sure if it's a strength check or some stupid shit.
When is it? You won't find this. And it's how he stalks his prey. Oh, there. If you stay, it's.
Okay. Oh, this is just a room where you come in here the first time and you're like, you just wish that you could enter those portals and go to various places. I like how Baldur's Gate, out of all of the portals, Baldur's Gate is raised, and it's somehow this is the crown jewel. It's that, you know, exaggeration of the, like, the value of humans, basically. You know, there are aliens out there, but and they want to come to Earth because Earth is the shit, basically. It's like, what? That's how Baldur's Gate is in this game. Am I? Oh wait, that's it's up here, right? Mystic Force Curtain.
Show your invitation.
Okay, go in. And oh, wait. Oh shit! Did I just made a perception check? Oh shit! Without preparing for it. What was the check? DC 10. Don't do that, kids, ever. Okay. This is a wisdom check. This is where I think the rest of my inspirations will go. So we go in here. It's an intelligence check. Oh, I can boost that for sure. What happens if I continue?
An infernal gem seething in its cage, protecting the secrets
Oh,
of its
it looks like it can be redone. And it was, what was that? Was that it's a check. Right. Debtor's attire. They took off my clothes. Oh, it's because it's the illusion. What is the deal with this? What am I even looking for at this point? Kana and intellect. Equipping a couple of items to help me out with this check. What doesn't seem to deal any damage, so I guess it's just a free check until it works. So we don't want to spend inspiration on it.
An infernal gem seething in its cage, protecting the secrets of its master.
Come on.
An infernal gem seething in its cage, protecting the secrets of its master. An infernal gem.
How does
seething
that
in its
fail?
cage,
DC 12? Like,
protecting the secrets of its master.
we just need a mediocre roll for this to work. Critical success. Okay, so what's in here? I'm a little bit wary of grabbing things. Contract Mole, Staff of Spell Power. I think the treasure chest is probably free game. Helldust Helmet. Okay. So that kind of solves the whole non-critical hit issue. Saving throws against spells, which is always good. And nothing with blinded or something. Okay, this could be useful. Let me just keep this down here. And then I guess we go to the archives. Are there any useful things in any of these? I think all of these are like fair game. I don't think Raphael cares too much about trinkets. He cares about contracts. He cares about all kinds of stuff. I don't need any of that. Let's just go. So he still has his Arcana Religion Ring. I don't know what's waiting for me in the archives, so let's just see.
Which one will be the meat and which one will be the tooth? Cheated my chums, took everything and ran. The kindly devil hid me for a skitten hell, bested the litter, and hungry, want victuals sweet.
Okay, that's a like fate you don't want happening to you. Okay, let's hear what she has to say here, just to not fuck anything up.
Little mice. The price for speaking is steep, but I must give warning. Your prize is just ahead in the archive, but you can't take it yet. And even if you could, you mustn't. Trigger the alarm, and Raphael will come swooping home on wings of malice to rip out your soul. In this house, thieves are melted
That's
like butter.
probably some kind of mechanic that if you don't do this in the right order, bad things happen. I just recall
I can. I shall.
exploit his piddling.
Oh no. They hear me.
Okay, she's not in a great state.
Speak quickly,
Just don't want to roll that
you know
one there.
Steady your mind and prepare your questions.
Is there anything I should be aware of? My dear sister Gorilla.
Pretending to
And then I
browse
missed the
collection,
line.
acting all. She won't let me escape. Not never, ever, never, ever.
Archivist. Okay, that's the
Here's
archivist
the
in
total
there who's.
figures. There's one regular visitor that he particularly.
Crack like breaking.
Oh, she's giving me information.
Winces.
Who is it? Oh, look at her. Let's roll the check here. What happened to my charisma? Something happened.
Scarier things than you, little mouse. Aurelius.
Virilius Receptor.
Virilius
Okay,
Receptor.
High Inquisitor. Sorry.
Play your part
She's
well.
gargantuan. Okay, that looks good. Okay, equipping. Right. I'm not sure what's going to happen in here. I just need to. Probably there's a check of sorts. So maybe keeping this on just for now makes sense. Maybe even some persuasion deception. Right, archivist.
Guest? I do not.
His eyes flicker back.
Oh, there was an
and forth
inside
as if
check.
he is reading a
God
book.
damn it.
Most irregular.
Let's just
Schedule
deceive
is
them.
all but clear.
Don't see any harm in a bit of deception.
1,000 apologies, oh majestic. I would prostrate myself before you and kiss your calluses, but my spine is ruptured in 1,000 places.
Yeah.
You do know
It's a little
how
bit
Raphael
difficult
likes
to bow
play.
down if your spine is ruptured.
As always, the archive is yours to peruse. You'll find everything accounted for, and I can present documents of course. It is highly prized due to the unique potential of the soul it is bound to. I don't understand the appeal of them myself, but Raphael dote after mortals so. As part of the special collection, that item is guarded by a master word that even I do not know. I suggest you wait until Raphael returns, and you can discuss the matter with him. You are welcome to relax in the boudoir until then. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. You will need this to gain access. The resident of the boudoir will wish to explore every inch of your new form. and I'm sure you will be happy to share.
Maybe I don't even need to engage with... Oh, there we go. So, okay, so the amulet that I'm very interested in is the amulet of greater health. I don't think I'll be going for it now. I think if I remember correctly, and that is probably not... Just switch these ones around. And I have the Viconia shield, right? Why do I have this one then? Goodbye. Oh, if I remember correctly, let me just do guidance here. And then I go up here and I see if perception shows me something, which successful, and there's a marble plate that looks a little bit like I can disarm it and then just grab the amulet of greater health, except the archivist is looking, so that's a problem. But I can grab that one later if I want to. And then I think there's another one over here which is the same thing, so I'm just going to go and perceive. Successful. Okay, so now we know that. Okay. Okay, so now the House of Hope is, I think, basically open for business. So the question is, do I want to fight Harleb and risk that it triggers hostilities in the House of Hope? I don't think so. So probably I just want to go in and abuse the...
The archivist told you to cool off in the bud, a horrid place where pleasure is pain and everything in this house exists for Raphael's play. That includes Raphael himself, whatever form he takes.
Oh. Right. So... Oh, there's a save here. And a perception check. Again? Oh, it's a perception check for the restoration forces. Okay, what was the check? DC 0. DC 1? What? Okay. I guess it's something that the game wants you to find. Okay, let's just think about the buffs here. So what I wanted was volatile shields on the lot. Which I guess, if this is the case that you can just leave and enter the House of Hope, is something that you can then do. Don't want to. I want the... Do I want the ghouls from the get-go? These are very, very unpredictable. It's just my experience. But like, you could argue that if you can get... I'm just expecting this to work, really. So I don't want to be fighting. I don't want to be fighting Harleb. No reason to. But what the heck? Right, stuff is going on for sure. Let us try to leave now. The helmet here definitely is useful. So I'm just expecting this to work, I'm guessing. Alright. So the portal stays open, I hope. It does. I'm not going to play around with it right now, but I am going to quickly go and collect the last bodies that I want for the fight. Where was that? That was a room full of corpses, just because I want my zombie, or rather mummy, to be present. The mummy is very good in the Orin fight. Oh my god. If you can get that to work, that's just fantastic. So there's a bit of preparation. I guess what would overall be a strong solution for if I knew exactly how to do this, would be to go and collect that that amulet from the from the House of Hope, because the 23, it even makes me question a little bit the choice that I made with with the stat distribution, that the baseline stat distribution for Wyll was a 12, because it does hurt quite a bit when I equip the Spellmight gloves, which I do want occasionally. It does hurt quite a bit on the armor class front. So it's not something that I particularly am very happy about here. So having a higher dex and a lower constitution, I think, is much better in the end game. But since my worry has always been getting through Merkel, pretty much that was the problem here. Alright, let us summon the mummy. Boink. And let's summon Mr. Skeleton. I'm not sure there is any value to be gained from the mummy at this point. I think the skeleton is just as good. I think it's kind of irrelevant. It's two bodies that you can then use. Alright, and then we just head up and we rebuff that stuff at the House of Hope, which now I'm going to see if this works. So I very much hope that it does. But I think it does, because I think the events inside of the House of Hope is changed to very specific things. Like a transgression against Raphael is, at least for instance, to take your contract. That's, if you take the contract and you break it in two, that is a breach. If you attack the debtors, that's a breach. If you I'm not sure about Maul's contract, but if you do any like major things in terms of stuff that progresses the story, at least he'll be angry. I don't know if he'll be angry if you kill Halib. I just don't know. The fight is very easy, and it's not really something I want to spend energy on. I just want to get to Orin at this point. And anything that helps the Orin fight, anything that helps me get through the first couple of turns in the Orin fight is going to be very helpful. I consider the first couple of turns in that fight to be defining. I mean, you don't want to be thrown off of any platform. You want to make sure you don't die to the Edict of Baal, and you want to progress killing her, or disabling, or whatever you prefer, her chanters, and killing the Death Head of Baal. That's probably, in my opinion, the critical thing to do. Getting rid of that guy is going to make your life much easier. And I still have all of my rests, which is what I want. And this is just a continued use. You can just keep on spamming this one. It's absolutely bonkers. Obviously, I want the Armor of Agathis, because that is better than the Thearchide Codex buff. And I think that's it. Wyll doesn't have any other interesting buffs that he can do with his spell slots. The rest are those that run on a timer. I chose the Fire Shield because why not? I mean, with the way that the Warlock works, that makes a lot of sense in my opinion. And then I have, of course, the Mirror Images, which are very good, but that's 2 spells and they last for 10 turns, so it's very difficult to buff up, quote unquote. The only consideration is the Dance Macabre. If bringing those into the fight would actually be beneficial. I don't want them. I don't think that they're a trap. I just think you need to be very careful with how you choose to use them. Alright, let's go to Orin. And then I have like one major concern. Don't think there's anything else I need to do. But one major concern with this is that the traps here are kind of horrid. So I'm actually wondering if I should try to disable them. So that I don't have to jump over all of the... The question is if I want to coruscation ring Orin. Probably that's not bad. So she won't be hitting anything. I think that's a pretty good strategy overall. Like this is kind of okay. Do I want the Helldusk saving throw against spells, critical hit immunity? I have absolutely no clue how that works, so I'm just going to equip it and hope for the best, I guess. Saving throw, I think, could be better. Increased armor, I think the Cloak of Protection makes sense here. Let us head in. I mean, the Callous Glow Ring is still beneficial. It's a really tough call. Okay, let's equip the advantage things so we can hopefully safely disable this stuff. Normally I don't care too much about traps, but right now when it's the preparation where all of my coterie is going to walk through this, I'm not a big fan. There's a vent. I think it's called Unstable Blood or some such. And I'm actually not that big a fan at this point of using my Campion for the fight. I could do that. I actually could do that as a control measure. I don't think I want it for the Raphael fight anyway, because it's a little bit ridiculous. I actually do want that. I don't want to go on Buffy, but I do want him. Because I do want that extra meat shield or something that helps confuse the Death Head of Baal and helps confuse Orin as well. Just the more confusion the better in the first turn or two. So is that it? There's a trap here. I have no clue. These probably don't go off if you disable the rest. Anyway, and I'm very sorry if I sound a little bit tired. It's because the night was not something I want to relive anytime soon. Okay guys, let us head up there.
Stones, the Baal amulet trembles. Baal wants only blood. Will you return once
I wonder what Wyll would do if he had his horns and he was wearing this helmet. It doesn't look like it's very welcoming. Alright, so here is the encounter. So the idea for the setup is that there are two. Okay, this is the encounter obviously, and down here I think Halsin is he dead already, or he's probably alive. So, and also killing Halsin in the fight is actually another way to, if I remember correctly, to trigger the removal of the Edict of Baal. So in the fight, all those things are allowed, and probably I'm going to drop a big fat cloud kill somewhere down here, which I think Halsin will also unfortunately fall victim to. But we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so the fight down here consists of the 6 Reapers of Baal. These guys, the main role these guys have, they all have the Sanctuary spell, which means I cannot target them directly, hence the AoE spells. So going into this fight, these needs to be killed because they keep chanting and causing this whatever this is, this big head up here, which I'm assuming is like Baal, or like at least an avatar or representation of Baal inside of the temple. So they are chanting to Baal, and every turn he's going to give her a boon, which is a potential instant death mechanic if you don't treat that right, which I'll get back to once the fight starts. So these 6 guys needs to be killed, and they need to be killed fast, because if you don't kill them, killing Orin becomes, at least with the strategy that I'm using, increasingly difficult. Or not increasingly, but difficult. It's very difficult to kill her while these guys are online. It's very difficult. So you want to kill these guys, which I will do with the black hole and the cloud kill spell. So basically in a couple of turns, if everything goes according to plan, they should all be dead, but we will have to see. So Orin herself, then I think what is important to note is that Orin herself, she's right here. She has two henchmen in the fight, in the regular fight. That's going to help her out. And one of them, and I don't recall exactly what she does. She casts, I think, the slow spell. She does some pretty nasty things, which I have ways to get out of with the illicit powers or with the counter spell, which I will definitely make sure to shut down. She doesn't have high HP. Probably I could go slightly closer without starting anything. At least we could. Okay, so now the quest update is official. Let's just head in there. Just one more bit here. There we go. So okay, so now we're close enough to check the things out. Right, Reaper of Baal. These guys, they don't do anything in particular. They do potentially get sort of buffed or some such by these 2 guys. I think it's the Death Head that does an ability that enables these guys to fight, but it's completely irrelevant in this fight. The danger is the instant death mechanics and the shutdown that can happen. So I believe that, let's just quickly check. I believe that this is a kind of a wizard. Spell Sniper, critical hit, focus conjuration, taking damage, conjuration spells. Anywho, a conjuration wizard of some sort. But the slow spell is there, and that's of course annoying. I forget if he does anything else of real danger. Then we have the Death Head of Baal, which is the queen of the Baal. She's a high HP, almost 100 HP, which means I cannot instant kill her. I cannot shut her down in one round. And even if I could, it would still rely on a lot of random. So she has a high dex, and she often has a very high initiative. So I could sacrifice a lot to win the initiative, but I am going to surprise her. So I'm not that sure. I think I will take the chance on the initiative, honestly. Famous last words. But she's unstoppable 3, which means I cannot instant kill her. I need to get rid of the unstoppable before I kill her, so that's already a problem. Probably trying to kill the Invoker of Baal is easier with all of the illicit powers and the Call of the Weak. In this is obviously illicit powers setup, so that's part of the thing. All right, so this is the guy or girl I'm most scared of, outside of Orin, obviously. Orin instantaneously transforms into the Slayer form, which has, apart from a lot of other nasty things, has the ability to pounce. So she's going to jump for somebody, and she's going to jump for somebody, and she's going to prone them potentially. And I think she has a very high strength. Oh, it's only 18, but the check. Okay, so I'm pretty certain that the pounce is strength based. I can just check my +9 to saving throws. That all depends on the Rapture. The Anointed and Splendor I think is only spells, so I think it goes for the Rapture. Just check the Rapture. But this is what I'm scared of. This is basically what I'm scared of. Like first round shenanigans. Oh, this is my biggest fright. Notable features doesn't go in here, only goes in the conditions. Okay. 1d6 attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. So it does go in and aid me in resisting the potential prone. That's basically it. She has a couple of other abilities, but I plan on doing shenanigans. So my plan is to fight her, and then fly off to some other location where she can't reach me. She does pound relatively high, so in principle she could come for me. But even if she does, I think that with all of the stuff going on, it needs to be very, very, very awful couple of first rounds if that happens. But that's basically it. So let me just go over the reasoning for the gear that I'm wearing here. Obviously, quick overview, Wyll is a level 12, the Fiend Warlock with a subclass. He's an origin character, not quite with the initial stat setup, but with some, I mean, it's partially changed in the beginning of the game, and then not changed further with no respecs. This is what he was born with, the stats that he has, of course, outside of the buffs that we got a couple of places. So he is Pact of the Tome, giving him access to the haste spell and giving him access to animate dead and guidance and a couple of other things. And this is a preference in opposition to the Pact of the Blade, which arguably is better. The feats that I chose was at level 4. I chose a charisma increase from 16 to 18, and then obviously all the charisma. I'm very happy. I realized something was wrong because the charisma needs to be 24. So I just had a moment there where I was like, something is not right. But probably I don't mind using the Helldusk helmet because not being crit is not too bad, not too shabby in surviving the first couple of rounds here. And then probably the Coruscation ring is good. But it has to be, let me just check, Radiant Orbs illuminated by night light source, which is not always the case. It's not always, it is the case most of the time. So I'm just going to quickly buff light on myself here. Right. So we're not going to change anything around here. Having the Infernal Rapier in the main hand is always a terrible idea. Terrible idea, because then the second I move it, the Campion disappears and that bit of the strategy goes off by the wayside. So +2 charisma from the first feat level up. Then Wyll has, which is a very, very conscious choice, the Warcaster, concentration on saving throws, getting the amulet from Raphael, House of Hope, gives you the same thing, Constitution save advantage, which is a lot better than just advantage on concentration saving throws. But the whole idea is to get past Merkel with concentration being held. So I'm a big fan of this. And with no consumables, which this is also a run where I'm doing, I want to be sure that the concentration does not break. That's the general idea. And then the final feat is the dual wielder feat. Let's see if we can figure that out, where that is. Dual wielder. So I can wield 2 weapons that are not light. That means dual wielding staves, which is pretty cool for the caster. And it does also give an armor class bonus. And these things, the armor class bonus from having 2 weapons here, is working in conjunction with the bone spike boots that I found also in Act 3 that gives me armor class and saving throws. So those things kind of work a little bit together. The armor class is not very high, but I am not taking a lot of hits, I hope. So like worst case scenario is the fear, it is the stun, it's those kinds of things. And of course I need to maintain control of my character so that I can actually kill the goddamn things. Right, so now we're going to position our minions. And I'm going to position this one down here. I think I can. I am a little bit worried that Orin actually does have some kind of ability. Yeah, I thought so. Cambion. Where do I want the Cambion? I want the Cambion down here. I want to spread them out just a little bit. I don't want them to die, but I want to make sure that the Death Head of Ball has like some kind of lucrative target to go for. I think he can go for the Cambion here as well. And then obviously Shovel does not want to be in this for this. Or maybe he does. I'm actually a little bit unsure. I think this is okay. I'm not sure when the fight actually commences. And then let's see the Queen of the Ball. Second Queen of the Ball is the Mummy, which I think I want her to be with, close to Wyll. I don't know if she actually does a lash, the one where she throws people off the edge. That's probably the one thing I'm most worried about. Let's just quickly see how close do I need to go in order to hit. Probably even using the cloud kill at this point is more fun. How many hit points? Halsin has 10 HP. Okay, fair enough. Assuming I can start the fight this way. But then I don't know exactly. Well, we'll have to see. Let me just bring out the last guys here. Just want to bait out the goddamn stun. Do I even potentially, and now it's getting a little bit interesting for me. Really, I even want to go this. Even I really don't want to be stunned up here. This is a better position. I just don't want to be in range of the Death Head of Ball. Like, I don't know how big the range is, but I don't want to be in range for that stuff. Okay, let's quickly see where are the rest of the guys. There, and then I have Mr. Skeleton. Place this guy. At this point, I don't want Shovel to be visible. I want Shovel to be a little bit ahead here. And then Mr. Skeleton can join Mother Mummy. This is me being careful. Let's see. So, okay, so I can practically start the fight now. And I'm guessing that having... What happened here? I guess that having... Let me just quickly check the setup. Yeah, I'll just go over the gear just in a moment, but I think this is the position. Right. So outside, of course, of the stuff that I explained earlier with the charisma increase, the dual wielder feat, and the warcaster feat for Wyll, and the subclass of fiend with the Pact of the Tome, he also has a variety of buffs. He has the Gilsarai Mind Barrier from the Illithid Mind Flayer colony, which is not very important in this fight. Anointed by Splendor from the temple inside of Baldur's Gate, which gives +2 to all saving throws. He has his Fiendish Resilience, piercing, which everything is piercing here. Yeah, maybe Orin is slashing, but a lot of stuff is piercing. Sweet stone features from the statue that is in my camp. The rapture spell from the nymph inside of the Rivington, the place in Rivington, and then I think that's practically it. And then I have the indebted disguise, which I don't think does anything for me. I'll keep it on, and then we'll probably just initiate the fight with a cloud kill right here. I think I'm going to let Halsin live, perhaps. I don't think that I need to. Let's go. Right, so Orin begins the turn. She's in the cloud kill. And also the Death Head of Ball has his turn, which is not something I want. That's a surprise though. So she just does her... Oh, and she goes. And she jumps on... And there's a... Oh, the surprise round does help a lot. Not gonna lie. So at this point, the whatever minions I have can do whatever. So we're going to fly, I think. Let's see, where is the... There they are. The Invoker of Baal is a potential kill. Could also just see if I couldn't go for this guy. Probably doing this is the better choice. One more unstoppable. So let's just stay here. Probably that would be interesting for... And then there's another kill there. I don't see any edicts on me. So this is my off turn. And currently Orin is present here, so that's not a very particularly nice place to be. I could attempt the Mind Blast stun, but I don't want to. I want to live as they sing in the song. Potentially I could Misty Step. Would that be a little bit too expensive? Disable. If I go all the way over here, what is going to happen? I could enable the Mind Sanctuary and see if I couldn't kill the ball guy. Don't think that I could, but what I could do is I could move. Am I also going to move it? It's haste. It's going to give me haste. So if I go, let's see. I think we are going to do this. Alright. Enabling the Mind Sanctuary. And then we get the extra action, which of course we'll use for the cloud kill. Can't move it. It's not a very far range, is it? Oh well. And then we could just blast. It's not going to be enough, that's the issue. That was a bit of a disappointment there. Is Orin poisoned? She's not poisoned. Do I want to attempt to poison Orin? Why is the range so low on this? 9 meters. Not intended. How far can I? I can fly. I can fly all the way down here though. And that could be useful. So. Instead I could just kill this one. Why not? feels a little bit better. Then I fly. And then I don't have any movement speed at this point, or... I don't understand the mechanics of this at all. At all. Just don't understand the mechanics of this. Alright, so let's move up here then. Right, so I did forget about my potential frighten, which doesn't hit. Question is... just going to head down there, I think. There is no Baldur Edict. There is no Baldur Edict at this point, so I should be in the clear. I like it how the psychic damage just bypasses for whatever reason, it just bypasses the unstoppable. It's very odd. Alright, so let me just head up here, and just for the sake of things... attack her, I guess? Probably not. Let's see if we can prone her, maybe? Oh, that was a bad position. That was a... Oh, wait. That wasn't a bad. Got prone. Okay. Now the baby is home, but that is the way of things. We'll have to see what happens here. So she chooses... The Death Head chooses not to use the... And the Relentless Lunge goes on random. And then the Piercing Howl. And so... How did that work? The Water Elemental is now fearful. Oh well. Let's try to see if we can't get the Frighten in. And now Orin is in that position. I do have the Edict of Fall. So, there's that. So let's... Wait, let's first see if I can kill something. Well, that should be the priority here. So let's use the black hole real quick. I need to go down there, it seems. Where is the Cloud Kill? Cloud Kill's here. There is just no chance I have to go down here, but Orin is frightened, so I should be okay. Using the black hole here to pull in this... Oh, Halsin is already dead. Oh. And the black hole here. Go. And then we're going to add the Cloud Kill again. Let's see, did anything die? Nothing died. So I'm assuming that I need to trigger Orin's ability or dead. So let's go up here and see if we can't trigger the ability. It's a miss. Not too happy about that. Is this the death of Wyll? So I wonder if I need to, because I cannot target these guys. And I can target the Death's Head of Ball. That's the one target that I am able. It's too dark. So I cannot go to Orin at this point. Not quite enough, is it? I think this is the death of Wyll. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Could I kill my own creatures? Potentially? That work? Yeah, game over. Oh well, that was Will's run, so that can happen. Yeah, it's not much to say. Like it's one turn of a miss, basically like a miss action, and then that's it. That is that was the mechanic there. That triggering the Edict of Ball was just not possible for me at that time because I miscalculated something. Probably not killing Halsin or the target that she has on her altar in the beginning of the fight is the way to go, because that way you can then kill that person if nothing else becomes possible. And that was probably the mistake that I made. Having the target on the altar for sacrifice for killing at a crucial point is necessary. Right, so that is it. Oh, damn it. GG. Alrighty-o. Thank you for watching.